Hello everybody, Arturo Johnson here, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you the only two methods that you should be using to attract your ideal client online. And so, if you like this video, go ahead and click the like button, as well as leave a comment or a question below. After every single video, I go through and answer and comment on every single post, as well as if you'd like to receive more valuable content just like this, go ahead and click the subscribe and hit the bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. And I pretty much do a video like this 3 times a week. So if you enjoy this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's go ahead and get started. And so the number one campaign that you should be using is the qualified leads campaign. And this is really simple. But it's very effective to generate between 20 to 50 leads per week. And all you would need to do is set up a Facebook ad and take them to the lead form, and then you would call them within 15 minutes. And so here is an example of how that would look. Just a very simple ad going to our target market, which would be physicians, and something very simple so that they could connect with the post, click the link, give us a little bit of information, and then within 15 minutes is what we recommend that people would call them back. And this is cool because this is very simple, easy to set up. And again, if you need some help with this, go ahead and click the link, watch the masterclass, and then we can hop on a call and I can show you how to do some of this. And it's really simple, probably take you 30 minutes tops to set up a campaign like this. But this does 2 things. 1, it gives you control of your lead flow, as well as 2, these leads are exclusive to you. And then there's a bonus, which is once people start to click and engage with your ad, we can create an audience that is a blue ocean for you, which is people who have engaged or been interested in your message, who are warm leads exclusive to you, and we can follow up with them fully automated, and then down the line they'll become a client. And so this is very, very powerful. And then number 2 is the qualified appointment campaign. Now this one has a few more steps and takes a little bit more of technology to kind of get set up. But in our program, we have this already ready to go with just a few clicks of a button. And so this is the appointment campaign. And so we would use the same ad, right? Because we want to find a winner ad, and we don't want to change the message. We just want to change the audience. And what I mean by that is we would find an ad that works with a great image and a great message that our ideal clients will reach out to. And then all we would do is start with our backyard, our city, our state. And then as we start to have some success, then we would branch out to different locations, different states that guys are licensed in. And so this is just a simple ad here, right? Something that would appeal to doctors, very cool. And then we would take them to a landing page. And this landing page would look something very simple, just like this. And it would just be, how to save money tax-free without the risks of the market. We would use that congruent image to post here. And then we would just want to get a little bit of information from him. And this is a very simple opt-in form. And this is what we call a landing page or a squeeze page. And this is where, we've got them off of Facebook onto our platform. And now they're exclusive to us, as well as we can now put a little bit of tracking code that everyone who has landed on this page, we can also set up an audience to where we can remarket or retarget to these people and build a little bit of trust, because everyone won't buy or opt in on the first glance. So after we take them from the landing page and they give us a little bit more information, then we'll have a little bit of value to exchange with them to really just kind of show them our expertise. And this does one of 2 things. This really helps you show off your expertise and your authority, but it also allows people to kind of make the decision whether you can help them or not before they even hop on a call with you. So a lot of times what we do in the business, right, is we get referred to someone, and then we set the appointment, and we say the traditional, Arturo said a lot of great things about you, just wanted to connect, wasn't sure if you needed anything, but he thought it'd be a good idea for me to reach out, right? And then you set the appointment, but you still don't know if they're interested in what you do. So then you have an appointment and you spend 45 minutes with them. And then after that, that's kind of where you decide on if it's a good fit. And usually it's not, right? But what about if we share with them a little bit of information ahead of time, right? So that before they booked the call, they were fully qualified and they knew exactly what you did and how you can help them. And this also does something powerful where they start to believe before they even get to you that you have the solution to their problem, which makes the conversation not a convincing conversation, it's a consulting conversation. And so what people would do is they would come to watch this video after they give us a little bit of information. And then if this information was helpful and this is something that they were really struggling with and they really wanted some expert advice on it, then they would book a strategy session. And in the strategy session, they would give us a little bit more information. This is kind of a form for them to fill out, which is pretty cool. Just some simple information: name, email, address, biggest financial concern, what's the value of their portfolio, and what's their household income, right? So we want to ask some qualifying questions up front. Now, a lot of times before, what we would do is we would, do this in the fact finder, right? Face to face, but online to be more efficient, right? To only be setting appointments with the 3% that are ready to buy now when you're spending your time with them. This is how we filter out the tire kickers and the plate lickers and only speak to the people who are really looking for your services right now. And so we get them to fill out some of this information, which does two things as well. It really repels the people who aren't really serious about planning, and it really shows you who is really qualified for your services. So if they aren't really qualified, you can do two things. You could either cancel the appointment, or you could email them and say, hey, my calendar's kind of full, and I think that I could recommend someone that could probably help you a little bit better. Would you like me to make an introduction? And so after they fill out that form, then they book an appointment into your calendar, fully automated. And this is cool because this is something that integrates live into your calendar, but it also will set an appointment and put it on your prospect's calendar as well as yours. And this is all fully automated, and you don't have to track them down because there's a little button that you can click that will send them a reminder 24 hours in advance. It will send them a reminder an hour in advance, and then 10 minutes before the call. So what this will do is make your show up rate at about 80%. And so after they fill out the survey and then book the appointment, then that's where you do the rainmaker closing, and you take a qualified prospect to turn them into a client. And a lot of guys in our group, as well as myself, we do all of these things in one 45-minute call, as well as I do teach a method kind of organically to where if you are doing some things that are kind of in your warm social network, that we can do a two-call close, but it is the same process. And this is kind of the rinse and repeat system that I've been talking about that guys need to have. And so when you come online, you need to have a predictable system in place to generate appointments, and you need to have a rinse and repeat process to take a stranger to a paying client. And this is that exact process. And, if this is something like, oh, okay, well, how do you do that 45-minute conversation? Well, in our program, I give guys the tools and the scripts that are proven that is a scientific way to get the deal done in 1 to 2 calls. And so this is kind of the numbers from the process, right? I am a person that doesn't really just like to talk about theory. I like to have the metrics. And so here are some of the numbers, right? Because online, the most important thing is the math. And I always talk about that because that is important, because a lot of guys don't know the numbers, and it's like, okay, what's your closing ratio? What's your revenue? What did you do last year? Are you having your best month ever, right? And guys can't tell you. And it's because they don't know the numbers. And so what doesn't get measured doesn't get mastered. And so here are some of the numbers. So we're paying $1 per click, and every 1/3 of people will end up on our landing page, which is $3 per lead, and that same 33% will watch the video. And then we're just paying $3 for the landing page, which takes them to the video. And then about 10% of the people who watch the video actually will fill out the application. And so that is about $30 per application, which is basically if 10 people, if 100 people watch the video, only 10% of them would fill out the survey, and that would be $30 per application. And so the calendar is the same thing, right? $30 per application, only like three people would actually book the call. And so that's where that $30 comes from. So it's just $130. And then of those people who book an appointment, 25% of those people we converted to a paying client. And so that comes out to $120 CPA, which is a cost to acquire a customer. So we're closing 1 in 4 highly qualified appointments. And so the reason why this is a system is because instead of meeting with someone 3 and 4 times to decide if it's a good fit, before we even meet with them, this system takes them through a process and indoctrinates them. So by the time they hop on a call, they're pretty much warm, hot, and ready to go. And so this is very, very powerful. And so I hope you can see the power of this. And in fact, here is some numbers here. And let me just remove a little bit of that because I want you to be able to see this clearly. And so here are some numbers, right? So we have, on a Saturday at that, I generated 57 leads while I was at my daughter's volleyball game. And I got 7 people to fill out an application for $35.65, right? And so I know already that probably 1 out of 4 of those people are going to become a client that day, and maybe 2. And then I have the other 5 that are really hot to follow up with. But also I have 50 other people that were interested that needs a little bit more information, that needs to be nurtured. And that's really just kind of the process. And so as you can see, this is the proof of how amazing and how this works. And so this is the difference between the rainmakers and the grinders, right? Because the grinders are still trying to make $100 to $200 and now even more, right? Guys are turning into telemarketers, right? And so if we go back just one little step here, right, we can see that on any given day, my message on a Saturday reached almost reached 10,800 people, right? So I have that many people looking, engaging, and connecting with my message. This means that I have complete mastery over my business. And so that is the difference between the grinders and the rainmakers. And so I hope this was helpful. Click the like button if you enjoyed this video, as well as below this video, there is a free masterclass that I put together that really goes into depth about some of these things. It's going to tell you the 3 things that you need to do in order to grow your business and get to that next level of being a rainmaker. And so go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you like this, as well as leave a comment. What did you like the most about this video? And if you had any questions, what would be the one thing that would take your business to the next level based off of this video today? And so again, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this.